Hey, man, hello, and welcome to Two Grumpy Vets and a Dude. I'm your host, Brian, and I want to say thank you very much for listening. We are here yet again. We're not going to be live this time because, well, we just uh, Rich, the stream master, is not at his house, so we are still short a bit on our bandwidth. So we're going to be doing this the old-fashioned recorded way. But that's just fine because we've got a whole lot of good stuff to be talking about, and we're going to have some wild discussions, and we're also going to play everybody's favorite play-at-home game of Where's Rich? But before we even get to there, dude, what have you been up to?
Dude has been pretty busy at work, getting a lot of miles up this week, and yeah, I had to go up to Dallas area today and play in that traffic, which is always a lot of fun because they're all, yeah, you know what? I don't think, even when we hit in the calendar year of 3000, there will still be road construction in Dallas someplace.
Oh, well,
Major,
I mean, come on.
major road construction on a major highway in Dallas in the year 3000. They
Oh,
will
yeah.
not have
Well,
finished it yet.
no, well, I-35. I remember whenever I was little in the early to mid 80s, I-35, from the time that I-35 West and East joined up, at least down to Hillsboro, there was always some type of construction going on there. They were widening something.
Yep.
And I don't know if it took them so long that the widening and all the rain and stuff caused the widening to shrink some, and so they had to go back and re-widen it or what. But they've always been, and I think that area is still under construction right now.
It is. It is again under. Well, I'll put it to you like this: when it splits at Hillsboro, you got east and you got west, right?
Right.
West takes you up to Dallas. No, east takes you up to Dallas. West takes you up to Fort Worth.
Fort Worth.
Okay. Fort Worth from basically the lower city limits of when you get past the Miller, the beer factory.
Yeah, that's still striking. They've been striking this all spring.
And you know what? I have not even driven that side when I go up there because the construction on 30 right now at the 820 split. Oh my God, that is a freaking nightmare. So I just go up the Dallas way and then come up to 36 to go up into Grand Prairie. So I'm not even traveling that side. But anyway, on the east side, they had all that built and got a 3-lane. I mean, it's 3-lane all the way down to, well, shit, it's 3-way all the way down to San Antonio. But they finished the 3-lane on the east side from Hillsboro to the southern part of the Dallas area.
Right.
But anyway, so they finished all that up and they're starting to tear it back up because of, I don't know why.
There's just too many damn people.
There are now all the freaking Californians have moved in.
Right. And here was the original plan for this, and this is just hearsay from what I've heard. They made a budget to do the Central Texas corridors, what they call it, 35 from San Antonio to Dallas, to make it a 3-lane, make it a minimum of a 3-lane all the way, right? They've done that. Now guess what they're going to do?
Turn it into a 6-lane.
A 4-lane.
4-lane, yeah.
I don't know. I don't see why they just don't go ahead and do like what they have in Houston, where they have it's like a 6-lane, 6 or 8 lane. So 16, it might even be a 12-lane. It's something stupid. It's like a half-mile wide.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, but why didn't
they need to do something like that?
Well, and why didn't they do a 4-lane originally? Well, because the construction companies knew that it was going to be 2 different projects to bid on. So now we have bumper to bumper traffic at I-14, which goes to Fort Hood, because I'm never going to call it what it's currently being called. It'll always be Fort Hood to me. As soon as you hit that,
now?
Cavazos.
Cavazos. Yeah, that makes freaking sense.
Yeah, we ain't
trying to get the Army
there.
guys to spell Cavazos. I mean, come on, right. Hood was challenging enough.
Well, and we ain't even gonna go there. Just like Fort Bragg is now Fort Liberty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Let me ask you this: if they're planning to go 4 lanes, what the hell are they going to do through Austin? You can't widen Austin.
You know what?
Oh, it'll stay just a 2-lane highway.
I would not put it past them to, where a part of it going into the city on the north side of the city.
That goes right by the Capitol building. Yeah.
Right. That has the upper deck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I bet they'd probably add a couple more decks to it. Good point.
I guarantee you they're going to put that deck. If they do something like that in Austin, that's the only thing that they can do.
That they can do.
Make an upper deck that has no exits, anything. It is a total through Austin expressway. Right.
Yeah.
Austin is
you can't go wide no more in Austin.
No, you can't.
They're max.
Yeah, they're max going through downtown. The only thing they can do is go up.
That's scary.
And so now we already have bumper-to-bumper traffic from going through Belton and halfway through Temple, going southbound, because everybody wants to get on I-14 to head towards Killeen. So that just makes traffic stop. And but anyway, we regress. Now they want to widen that to at least a 4-lane through Belton on 35. Oh, good. So we fucking have more construction. They'll shut it down to a 1-lane. Yeah, that's all we need.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why Hamilton's traffic has gotten absolutely insane. Is because everyone now knows, don't do I-35. Go down to Hamilton, to Lampasas, down that direction.
Yeah, but that's the thing, I mean, doing the 4 lanes, as soon as it opens, it's going to be full. That 4th lane is going to be full. They need 6.
Hell yeah.
6.
Well, the 6 lanes will still be full. I mean, they've got enough traffic.
Well, no, that's true, but not as full. You'll
have a couple car and a half length between.
Maybe. Okay. Hey, in Texas, that's a lot of freaking room.
Especially on those highways, yeah. So
that's crazy.
Well, you know what? My truck is still governed at 65, so speed is not my concern.
No.
Because I will have the pedal to the metal and the thing to the floor and do 65, unless I'm going down a hill and I hit 68. I better not hit 69, because then I get docked 15 points on my weekly report card. As soon as I hit 69, I lose 15 points.
Wow.
And my weekly report card, since I've been driving, has never been below 98.
Well, that's cool. That's crazy.
John Spartan, you've been deducted 15 demerits first.
Yeah, for the speeding aspect.
So, all right. Well, and Rich, what have you been up to?
Well, as y'all know, last week I was south of Little Rock in a hotel in the night. I'm sitting in a tent tonight on a campground in Oklahoma, having a party. Well,
with
basically,
about 500 of your closest friends, huh?
yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, we're playing music for the Stubborn American rally here at K River Campground in Moyers, Oklahoma, and music got quiet again. Uh, but yes,
Somebody tripped the breaker.
Yep.
but I hope not. Either way. And see, the thing is, we're not even really supposed to play tonight. So this is kind of a test because tomorrow night and Saturday night is when everything kicks off, and that's when we need our shit on point.
On point.
But yeah, we're just here. We're here till Sunday, DJing and everything, and seeing people we saw last year, meeting new people and stuff like that. Yeah, shit, we done met 4 or 5 new people. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Now I should be home by next week, so maybe we can do the live thing. We'll see.
Oh yeah, we're gonna try it again for sure.
But yeah, it's just yeah, I got a feeling, and I was feeling like this yesterday and this morning. When I get home, I probably ain't gonna do a damn thing for about a week because I'm already sore, hurting, tired. I mean, it's I mean, you know, DJing and stuff like that just takes so much out of you, you know, especially when you're doing it for 8-9 hours a day.
Right.
It just wears you out, you know. It's still fun, do not get me wrong, but yeah, it wears you out. So yeah, by the time I get out and then traveling, because Mississippi to Arkansas was 10 hours, and then it was another 3 hours down here. And then, of course, on Monday, I forget my mask for my CPAP machine. I drive all the way back up to Springdale and back to here on Monday. So, yeah, I'm tired.
That's because,
the fun
that's
hadn't
because
even kicked off yet.
Yeah, really.
Right?
That's because you're a big dummy.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
big
Yeah,
dummy. Lamont.
yeah, yeah, big dummy. Yeah,
You're a
no,
big
I
dummy.
didn't pay attention to all of my stuff, you know. But yeah,
You failed to check your checklist.
yes, I did. I can't, dude. I can't argue that, man. I really can't. You know, normally I'd say no, 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 no. I didn't do that, but no, not this time. But yeah, but that's what I'm doing. That's where I'm at, and y'all can't hear the music, can you?
We
I
catch
can't.
just little
Snippets here and
background
there.
noises, and it's never you never hear the whole thing.
Okay.
So it's just you're just catching background noise, and it's just
Okay.
the occasional note and
Yeah.
literal single note from time to time, man. So
Okay, yeah. So the mic I'm using and plus Zoom's noise gate is basically taking it all out. See, I was kind
killing
of
it.
afraid of that because I mean, I can hear every word, I can hear every beat. I can almost hear every instrument from this far. And I'm probably what uh 300 feet
Okay.
from the stage right now in a tent. So and I can still hear all that while I'm talking to y'all. So I'm like jamming, you know. Hi, how you doing? Whoop whoop. Yeah, okay. That's my
So
craziness.
Whoop whoop. Damn.
Yeah, I'm lame. I know.
So what are you doing while over there? What brings you over to Moyers?
Well, we were here last year DJing. Adam asked us to come and DJ Operation Tears
And
of
that's
22.
Adam Sandoval.
Adam, Adam Sandoval at adamsandoval.com.
Yep.
Hey, you can find him on YouTube. Great guy. Rides motorcycles and everything. So like that, check him out. And we played for him last year. And honestly, I thought we did a shitty job, to be honest with you. But apparently he liked it and asked us to come back. And since we've been back, a lot of the people we met last year were real happy we were back because they thought we were rocking out good, and I'm like, okay, y'all were drunk, y'all were really
Exactly.
fucking
Y'all were
drunk.
drunk. Y'all don't know
But
good.
hey, that's great. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you liked us. I mean, trust me. But so yeah, we're Operation Tears of 22 is back here again DJing this year. So, and we don't know what's going to happen from here because we're not thinking that far ahead.
Yeah.
We're just going day by day because our our memories are, well, I can only speak for myself. My memory is about as long as my pecker. So I don't think that far ever, unless I have a calendar.
And if you plan that far, even planning that far, shit will fuck up in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, God,
Yeah.
man plans and God laughs. So is it's a saying I've always heard.
No, you're right. You're right. So yeah, but that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's in fact. Well, here, let me see if I don't uh screw it up. So here, let me do this.
What he's doing.
See,
Boop.
this is where I'm sitting at right now.
Hey, that
Hey,
looks
at
like
least
my tent.
No,
And
this
you
ain't
got the
your
AC on?
Nah, I just got a fan in here.
Oh, okay.
Believe me, I
Well,
wish I had AC.
well,
But
you know, if I would have been able to come down there, you know what the hell I would have had in my tent?
oh, I know. I know that, dude.
Hell yeah.
You'd have had the
Oh,
AC, but
I would have had yeah, hell yeah. I got that. I still got the AC unit in the trailer. I'm not, I'm too old to go camping. I go glamping now.
I was going to
right.
say, I thought for some reason I was thinking I heard that that dude was actually Dutch for glamper. I think that's what it means.
Yeah, yeah, most
Oh
part,
shit.
yeah. I ain't camping shit. I will have my generator and my air conditioner
Right,
and my
right.
coffee pot and
Oh,
my refrigerator.
right.
Damn, Skippy, I know I'm too old for that. When when I was in the military, and no, ain't doing that no more. I'm
No
too old
mas.
for that
Right,
crap. Yeah,
right,
no,
right,
ain't doing the freaking military maneuvers anymore and carrying 110-pound rucksack all over God's green creation.
right.
No, no.
Using the pup tents, the shelter half, you had to find a buddy to have another or buy another one.
Y'all
So
buy another one. Yep,
you had your own tent, or
yep,
y'all slept in a GP medium or GP large,
yep.
and those were canvas with wooden poles, heavy. God
Heavy
dang, they
fucker.
were heavy as shit. And
Yeah, they
yeah,
were.
so yeah, no, I don't do that. And the cots,
Oh my God.
the army cots. Oh my god! But
Actually, I've got. Well, they're not official army cots, but they're the army style cots,
right,
and those ain't bad.
well, for some people, but yeah, my back don't like them. My back
My
says
back
no,
likes
but
that
no more.
cot better than it does the hard ground.
Well,
Well, yeah,
see,
that's true. But
that's
you also
that,
have to add an air mattress on that some bitch now.
but 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 see, this is why I went and bought a queen size 22-inch air mattress. Screw the
Oh, okay.
cot. I'm sleeping
Why?
comfy.
Why? Because in the morning, if we're even in our beds, we get up, and as soon as our feet hit the floor trying to get up, you hear the sounds of breakfast cereal, snap, crackle, and fuck
I was going to
you.
say you
Right.
hear distant gunfire.
Right, exactly. Oh yeah, no, it's so yeah, no, I've got the air mattress and it's I can deal with the air mattress, but
Yep.
it's all good. But yeah, I should we'll be done on Sunday. I should be back on the road, and by Monday and back home by Wednesday at the latest. I mean,
Yep.
it'll be probably Tuesday, but I'm giving myself time because
Oh yeah.
Thursday I have to go see my ortho doc for my shoulders, and then we have to podcast next Thursday. So
Yep.
I might have some more tales from the road. Who knows?
So, all right. Well, listen to what the dude was actually saying.
Well, hang on, Brian. What about you, dude? And I
What
said,
about me? Well, I haven't been
what
doing
about
anything
you?
other than I've been. The only thing, I mean, the only things I've been doing is, besides for driving, is working on Relaxed Mail, which is my site, my business. I'm just my little side hustle thing that I'm trying to get up and moving.
Well,
Uh,
well, explain a
so
little bit because our audience does not know what a relaxed mail is or anything. So explain
well, okay.
a little.
Well, the Relaxed Mail, and I've discovered a huge benefit to the Relaxed Mail that honestly was not in my view whenever I created the whole concept of what the Relaxed Mail is, because Relaxed Mail as a concept is where guys can just find that inner peace,
Mm-hmm.
is the essential baseline of what it is. And it's a set of, we've got a foundation of 4 pillars, which is a man's mind, man's body, man's soul, and the community. And when you have all of 4 of those pillars thoroughly reinforced, you're able to step forward into life a lot more comfortably.
Right.
But also, it allows you to relax. And one of the big, I was listening to a gentleman who does the podcast Alive and Free. His name is Bob Gardner, and I still want to get you, Rich, and dude. I think both of y'all would benefit tremendously getting over to one of Bob Gardner's retreats, because he changes how you hold yourself to change how your attitude of the world is.
Okay.
It is a full body transformation, essentially,
Okay.
because a lot of times,
At what cost?
if I'm remembering right, it's about $4,500. But when you get done with it, not only do you get rid of all the discomfort that is within inside you,
Mm-hmm.
you look at those sensations completely different.
Okay. Okay. I mean,
So,
I'm gonna have to roll some pennies and stuff like that.
oh yeah.
Save up for a minute, but maybe.
So, but he was talking on one of his episodes here recently, and it didn't ever click to me until he was talking about it, because he actually started out as being able to help people free themselves from essentially from the prison of addiction.
Right.
And he uses the word addiction just because that's what everybody in society actually uses to represent a dis-ease that they have within inside of them. And that's the reason why because for him, and I actually have believed this for a while too, that addictions actually don't exist. There is no such thing as an addiction molecule in anything that we want to say is addictive. Heroin, not addictive. Alcohol, not addictive. Marijuana, not addictive. Porn, not addictive. Any of that type of stuff. There's no addiction actually in there, because they like to also say, well, addiction, you can't help it. Addiction is a disease. No, bullshit. It's not a disease, man.
No,
It is you not being
you're
able to
right.
control your habits.
You're right. It's all up here in your mind.
Yeah. But the reason he was explaining what freedom was, and with that, when you learn to change how you view what's inside of you. So whatever it is, when you are, say you're looking at porn, maybe you have what a lot of people like to call a porn addiction. Why do you look at porn? Well, it's not so much for the whole process. You're not looking at it to lustfully go, I want to be with that girl. I want to hang out with that girl. I want to have sex with that girl. It's the experience that you're going through. It's the emotional experience of what you have, and that draws you away from whatever ill sensations you have inside of you. A lot of times, guys who look at a lot of porn, they look at a lot of porn because they're bored. They find themselves, they don't plan on it. They just kind of wake up one day and, they look around and go, you know what? I don't have anything to happen doing today. Or I've got 15 minutes of nothing to do. And all of a sudden up comes, and they can even will notice that, holy crap, I don't really need to be looking at this right now. I've got other things I need to be doing. And they will still find themselves on a automatic path to looking at pulling up a porn site and watching porn.
It's the boobies.
But it's the boobies, it's the action, but it is the sudden change of posture and energy within you at the very end. When you have that orgasm, your body changes, energetically speaking. Your body changes physiology in your physical state. However, my words won't bounce out right. So physically, you change your physiology. That's the word I was trying. All right. So that's why afterwards you feel a lot more relaxed. You feel better. You had this little orgasmic high that you get to feel, which will last for just a few moments. But you have just changed you've just distracted yourself from that dis-ease that you were feeling before.
Right.
Whatever that emotion was, you've drowned it out with something just a little more powerful in the form of an orgasm.
Right.
Alcoholics, they do the same thing, but they change their physiology by drinking alcohol.
Right.
Food addicts, same thing. They change their physiology by eating a lot of food, feeling stuffed and miserable, which that feels better than the thought of being rejected by a man, or being rejected for women, and being rejected by women by men. Whatever it is that
the thing is, nowadays that all swings both ways.
Well, yeah, so, it swings all both ways.
I mean,
and
maybe up and down. I don't know yet.
but it's all just based upon what you think.
Right.
And I used to watch, not to the point where it was obsessive, but I used to watch a good deal of porn myself. It was typically, for me, it was Saturday night before I went to bed. That was usually my big porn watching time. I'd watch 1-2 movies. I had a couple of old porn, and I personally liked the old late 70s, early 80s styles. They had a little bit of it had a whole series, a kind of what I'm going to call a plot. If you see, if you're listening on the podcast, I'm putting in air quotes, a plot. And I mean, hell, I even had a favorite porn star that was Colleen Brennan. Just a smoking hot redhead. Everything about her was redheaded. Right. And it was,
But see, now I did watch one porn movie years ago, and I can't remember the name of it or anything about it, but it actually had a plot, like an actual movie, and I was impressed. Oh,
I've watched a few that had Beyond the Green Door. I mean, hell, that actually won an Academy Award.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I ain't never seen it.
It's an interesting one. It's different. It's an interesting.
And everyone know we're not really condoning porn, but just know it happens.
Yeah, well, it happens. But the reason why we look at porn is because of the fact that we are tensed up in some form, fashion, or another. Whether you want to call that tense, that discomfort, dis-ease or ill-ease, or just discomfort, or just bad thoughts, or whatever you want to call it, we have these roaming thoughts when we are not able to be relaxed. But
Right.
on the past 7 years of the journey that I've been on, I've realized my porn watching has dropped to, I may watch a flick and be just one flick once a year. I think I've watched one like about 7 months ago.
Right.
And before that, I couldn't tell you when I watched one.
Right.
And this is within the last just 2 years. And it almost sounds bad, but the reason that a lot of men also strive for, or thought to have a not a porn addiction, but a sex addiction, is for the same reason. It's just they try to jump from girl to girl to girl to girl and see how many they can shack up, which sounds a lot like the hookup culture these days.
Right.
But when you are able to find yourself at a more relaxed state, when you're able to just breathe and be comfortable with yourself, all of a sudden you're not running around going, I gotta have sex, gotta have sex, gotta have sex.
Right. Right.
But when
right.
you do get to actually have the nookie, it's actually pretty damn cool. It's a lot of
Right.
fun. You're able to actually be more present with who you're sleeping with.
Right. So the thing is, what do you, I mean, with all this that you gone through, and that you've explained, and your understanding, how do you help people?
Okay, well, you broke up a little bit, so I don't know if that
Oh.
was my end or your end.
It might have been my end, because I mean, I've got full signal on my Wi-Fi, but there's a lot of people here. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, so they're going to drown the Wi-Fi out.
Right.
So,
what I was asking, so with all that, how
Yeah.
do you help men?
well, I'm help them through their relationship woes. I help
Okay.
them when they find that their relationships are struggling. I come in and I help them become at ease with what their thoughts are, with what their emotions are, because this is what
Okay.
so many men struggle with. Is that I've got to be, I have to have whatever, some type of object in their life to reach for, and when they don't reach for that, they get themselves so wrapped around the axle that they
Mhm.
make themselves miserable.
Right.
So all of a sudden they're they're going into porn addiction. They're going into trying to better their relationship, but they're standing around going, well, my wife won't do anything to make the thing better. She just sits around and watches television all the time. I try to have a conversation with her, and all it does is wind up in a fight. Well, what are you making that fight mean?
What I was asking is, what do you do to help men get through this?
I help them understand that their thoughts are actually what helps is actually what is the boundary that's keeping them from finding what their happiness is, from them finding what their fulfillment is.
Okay. How do you do that?
Well, usually by having some really darn good conversations.
Okay. All right. That's
So
cool.
it's
That's
just
cool.
it's we'll usually about every right now we're doing it. Yeah, I've got a weekly package that I put together that I'm helping some guys with, and I mean they're figuring out, holy smokes, if you relax whenever the wife gets all upset, you're not pissing her off. And if you can, when she gets mad, you normally used to finding yourself getting all worked up, tensed, and feeling anxious and stuff just because she's pissed off. And you can just kind of step back and go, well, this is her. She's angry for whatever reason she wants to be angry for, which sounds cold and heartless, but it's not. You just say, hey, no, it's her emotions. Let her have her emotions. Stop trying to manipulate her to be in a better mood because she's pissed off. Because when you try to fix it, you're gonna make it worse. You're throwing gas on the fire, whether you realize it or not.
Right. And
it's like telling her to just calm down. Never a good move, man. man. Don't never tell a woman.
Never
to calm
say those
down.
words to a woman. No, ever. But how can men find you to talk to you about this?
Well, if they are over on, if they're watching, listening to the podcast through True Fans, you can actually hit my profile picture on the person's tab, and it'll actually take you over to my website, which is relaxedmale.com, and that's male as in a dude. And you can, from there, you've got blogs and my own personal podcast and other resources that you can turn to. But then we also, if you don't want to do that, you can go to relaxedmale.com. So didn't know this was
Awesome.
going to be a pitch for my site. So
Snuck that.
well, that's why I'm kind of like going, well,
Hey.
you know, it's a thing, it's a place.
Hey, snuck that in on you, didn't I?
Yeah, well, you know,
you had no idea that shit was going to happen.
I didn't. I was resisting as much as I could.
I know you were. I know you were. That's why I kept kind of trying to change the questions because, dude, I mean, yes, we don't promote anything on this podcast really, but you're one of the co-hosts and you've got a side gig that helps men. So every once in a while, why not give it out there?
Well, every once in a while I do, but it was
but you see, that's the thing. It's only just a little bit, and at least this time here, you know, if someone's listening to this, they'd be like, "Oh, I understand a lot better now. Okay, I'll go there." You know, I mean, it's just, you know, I mean, it's not something we plan to do every week,
right?
Or,
Now,
you know, but yeah, I just figured I'd you know, freaking
push me into it,
get you, you know, kind of like, come on, dude, just kind of like what you did with starting this podcast, staying on me about it, and you know, because at first I was hesitant, you know, until finally I'm like, all right, let's go, let's do
fine,
this,
damn it,
you know?
let's do this.
right. It's like, damn the bad luck. But no, I mean, I love doing this. Honestly, I love doing this podcast because I get to talk to dude every week, and you know, I mean, dude is my hero.
Speaking of which, dude, you've got we've started some questions about you. People are starting to try to get a little curious about who exactly is the dude, because I've got a guy who I drive trucks with.
Okay, all right. Well, I was going to say, where'd these questions come from? Are they on the web or what?
It's a guy that I work with.
Okay.
And he caught the our attempt to go live last week.
That a fiasco.
And so yeah, he's curious. He's like going, and why is the dude just a silhouette? And it was like, that's the point, because he's the dude. And he's like, so exactly. What was he? It's like, yeah, and so it's like, and he's firmly convinced you're a member of SEAL Team 6.3 3/4. And that you're somehow a spook or something like that, and that's why you have to stay hidden, so you don't get discovered. So,
that is cool.
Well, you know, and I'll put it back to the realization of the shadow knows.
The shadow knows.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
So yeah,
just sitting here, here lurking in the shadows.
Oh,
his name's John, and John Winger, and he's a good dude. He's a lot like me. He was vaccinated with phonograph needle, and so he is always talking about something or another. So
no, Brian, there can't be two of you. Only one.
No, sorry. There's a lot of cacophony. I mean, there's times that I'll be on the phone with him, and we'll be on the phone as long as you and me are.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I'm like going, and there's parts of me that are like going, all right, and what's funny is whenever I'm talking on the phone with him, I'm so conflicted because I'm like going, man, I've got my podcast I got to listen to. I've got all these podcasts I got to listen to. I got podcasts I've got to listen to. And so we'll be talking, yada, 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 and stuff like that. And then his wife will call and stuff, and he'll hang up, and we go on our day, and maybe 4 or 5 hours later, he'll call me up again, and we'll talk for another couple hours. But then there's times that he doesn't call, and I'm going, what'd I do? Why is he not calling? And so again, this is this whole guys getting around to relaxing. Which leg do you want to stand on? Are you going to be happy that John's calling, or are you not going to be happy? So I'm hopping from one leg to the other, going,
or like you're sitting here, y'all talk so much, and then when he doesn't call, you're like, my friend left me.
Yeah,
no friends.
It's like, oh shit, I pissed him off somehow. What
right?
So
it's like, please come back.
It's like, should I call him, or does that make me look like I'm too needy? So
anyway, you said his name is
John Winger. Yeah, everybody calls him Wingnut.
Okay.
So
Wingnut. Okay.
So yeah.
That's cool.
So he's thinking that I'm SEAL Team 6 plus
6.3 3/4. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no. Well, I never got to that level when I was in the Army. My level was the 82nd Airborne, and I was there for 12 years.
I tried to tell him that. He's like, yeah, I know it's a cover. It's all right.
Yeah, you're right. Right. It's it's a cover. It's a cover.
Yeah.
Truck driver by day, SEAL Team 6.3 3/4 by night.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Hey.
Some people, there's got to be a dream out there someplace.
Heck yeah, man. You gotta be Superman somehow. So all right, well, so let's get jumped into this this whole show. We've done a little bit of a warm up here. We've yabbered or yammered and have talked a bit, but we have got a few topics that I want to tackle. And the first one is the fact that we have got a group of people who is upset at a Mexican food restaurant because they are blocking a hairstyle that is worn by Mexican men, boys, actually, typically. And they are trying to.
Some of them are in their 20s, so you can.
Yeah, some of them are in their 20s, but I mean, essentially, at my age, they're still boys.
Well, yeah, kids, yeah,
right. Kids.
At our age, they're all kids. Yeah,
just grown ass kids is all you are. So, but and it's funny to watch them try to make the statement of this restaurant owner who is a first generation immigrant from Mexico, say that he is being racist to the other Latino community because he doesn't want them to he doesn't allow Edgar hairstyles into his restaurant. He has banned the Edgar hairstyle.
Okay, well, first off, before we dive into what an Edgar hairstyle is, one is his business. Yeah, it's his money that built that business. So screw everybody because it's his money.
You would think so, but you got to remember also back in what was it, 2015, 2016, somewhere back in that area, back when the Alphabet Mafia was really feeling goosey and forced the Christian baker, literally forced the Christian baker to have to bake I think it was a lesbian cake.
I remember hearing about that, and I didn't agree with it then. And see, that's the thing. This is supposed to be a free country, so if that baker says no, I'm not going to do that, there is no way they should have let them force them or coerce them, because that's basically what they did.
Yeah, it's extortion.
Yeah. But
that's what it came down to, was extortion.
right, but you see, and that's where that's wrong, because
Oh no, I agree. Yeah,
if I had a business, I'd have said, fuck you, go somewhere else,
right.
and cancel me. I don't care. Try. You know what?
Or even yet, I would have gone as far as to make sure that I made the worst freaking tasting cake ever made.
Yeah, true.
It's like, well, oh, you absolutely want to have this. Okay, well, I would have charged them, $1,000 for the cake or whatever, twice as much as it was supposed to have been.
And put vinegar in it.
And well, I was going to say add twice as much baking soda as it's supposed to have.
Or, oh wait, X-Lax.
That might be considered poisoning. So
how's that? I mean, come on now.
Just because you're putting an illegal substance that's not normally in there. But if you go off and conveniently mix up, some get your tablespoon and your teaspoon mixed up while
Right.
on adding some baking powder or baking soda, because I have done that. I did that for a bill of chocolate chip cookies I was making.
Oh, dude!
Oh God, that was some horrible shit. Oh God, I got the teaspoon and the tablespoon straightened out though. So,
well, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, yeah. Don't do tablespoons of baking soda, especially in chocolate chip cookies. Yeah,
right? Dude,
they
that's
taste
like
a little
horrible. Chocolate chip cookies, man. You ruined them.
I ruined them. Exactly. I was pissed because they came out. I mean, the texture and all was great. It was nice, slightly cakey. Oh, I was so pleased. And I, did the open it up and it still melted chocolate in there. And it's like, oh yeah. Right. What the hell is this? Oh my God. This is not right.
So what's an Edgar haircut?
An Edgar haircut. We've all heard of the bowl haircut, right?
Yeah.
It was popular it got popular in the late 80s, early 90s, at least in the Texas Panhandle. The bowl haircut got kind of popular because you could actually take your hair and it was nice short haircut, which is what a lot of our schools back then required. You had to keep your hair off your collar and stuff like that. And so the guys would get, some guys, our rocker guys, they would actually wear their shirt where the front was right up next to their throat, and they would have the back collar of their shirt shoved down, so they could grow their hair out just an extra half inch, quarter inch, so just so that if the teachers or even especially the coach, if you're on the football team, the coach caught you with your hair touching the collar, you were going to run until you decided you wanted shorter hair.
Right.
So, and yes, and I know most of the kids and teachers these days go, "Oh, that was abuse." No,
right.
That was called holding a standard, people.
So we still don't know what an Edgar.
An Edgar is the bastardization of a bowl haircut. Instead of actually kind of tapering the hair under and making the hair kind of look decent, this is literally take a bowl, put it on top of your head, and then every place that's visible, you take all the hair off. So you've got a cross between a Spock haircut, where it is just a straight line right across your forehead, about the middle of your forehead, and Shemp.
Well,
off the Three Stooges.
Yeah. Well, no, Mo. Wait. Well,
was it Mo? Yeah, it is Mo, but it was Mo. Yeah. No, correction, sorry.
Well, at first it was Mo. I think it was Shemp after that, wasn't it? I might be wrong.
Well, the only one that actually kept changing was Curly, because Larry and Mo were always in there. It was Curly, Shemp, and there was a third one in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only remember Curly and Shemp myself.
So, but But I always found it real interesting reading about the Three Stooges. Curly was a woman's man. He was picking up chicks left, right, and center. He was known as the Mac Daddy back then.
Really?
Yeah, he
Curly
was all
was a
about
Mac
the
Daddy.
girls, huh?
Well, I mean, I'm glad he was about the girls. I mean, no, I'm very
Oh
glad.
yeah,
for that,
I mean,
but I didn't. I never would have thought Curly was a Mac Daddy.
oh, I would have never either. But he was very much about wooing the ladies. Apparently, he had a couple in every town that he'd go and visit. So
Hell yeah, man. Rock on, dude.
hell yeah. So, but yeah, so yeah, you've got this, and this haircut is just absolutely atrocious. I don't care who you are, and I may not understand because I'm not from that culture. I don't have to understand because I'm not from that culture.
Right.
I see that, and it's fugly, man.
Yeah.
It is just one fugly looking haircut. It is not. There's nothing redeeming about this damn thing. And these guys are walking around acting like they're Billy Badass because they've got a fucked up haircut. It's just like it's almost like the Mexican kids and their Mexican candy. You almost want to walk up to them, slap that chili covered piece of dried up baby corn that they're gnawing on, slap that out of their hand and hand them a Snickers bar and say, "Here, this is a real candy." Or their dried up mango lollipop covered in chili powder. All their poor kids. I feel sorry for them.
Actually, some of that Mexican candy is pretty good. I think not all of it.
Yeah, but it's. I'm used to having, but when I think candy, having chili powder is not is not. Granted, okay, they like chili powder. I get that. There's nothing wrong with having chili powder, but giving it to a kid, it's like no, that's wrong. Don't do that.
How do you think they build up their iron stomachs so early? Well,
they watch mom and dad eat the jalapenos, and they enjoy the jalapenos themselves. That's how my daughter's done it. I mean, hell, my daughter has surpassed me in the heat that she eats. She goes off and eats those haunted ghost pepper chips by Pocky.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, you don't.
Japalinos I eat, and Nanner Pickles.
Nanner peppers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Nanner peppers, not pickles. Nanner peppers, and those I tear them up. And Japalinos, I tear the hell out of them. Anything after that, screw you, I'm out.
Oh, well, and I like it, and there's a lot of things with jalapenos that I do actually like. I mean, I make a freaking mean armadillo egg for Thanksgiving every year, but
only one. Come on, dude.
Hell no. There's
okay.
I make a big batch, but it's an armadillo. Okay. But then I also got around to where
you said armadillo egg. You did
well,
not.
I do. I make a damn good armadillo egg. All right,
but that's one. What you going? What what you doing?
As a whole, it's described as a whole. All right. So, but anyhow, let me get on to my story. Dang it. So, but anyhow, I had a guy that I worked with, and he was always eating hot stuff. He was enjoying he would eat raw jalapenos that he'd pick and all. And he's and I try a few, and they're fresh out of the garden, so they're extra hot and stuff. Yeah, no, I agree. They've got some of the best flavor. Just they've also got a little extra spice because they're not pickled. So, so I was like, all right. So what can I do for him? I know he likes hot stuff, and so it was coming up to Thanksgiving and stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm going to make some armadillo eggs for him. But then I was like, wait a minute, no. And while I was picking up jalapenos, right next to it were what's typically known as habaneros, but is also known as a Scotch bonnet. And I picked up four of those habaneros, thinking, all right, we're going to give these to him. So I made instead of being armadillo eggs, I called them Phoenix eggs just because they're freaking hot. And
Okay.
I had not had a whole habanero before, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to eat one with them. I want to see what this is about. So I made it just the same way. I used pepper jack cheese for the inside. And around the outside, I used hot sausage, wrapped it up in extra spicy dusted it with extra spicy shake and bake and baked them. Had put toothpicks in them so I could know which ones were which, because I knew the wife and the kids weren't going to like that surprise. Right. And told them stay away from these 4. And got finished cooking them. I grabbed a half dozen of the armadillo eggs and grabbed all 4 of the Phoenix eggs, and I took them down to the co-op with me. And I was like, let everybody have one. I was like, and if you're brave enough to have extra hot, these 4 with the toothpicks are Phoenix eggs, and they're extra hot. And so most people stayed away from them. But then I snagged one. Crap, what is his name? It's not Gary. I completely lost his name. It just dribbled right out of my ear, and I've even got earbuds in. Oh shit! What is his damn name?
It found a hole.
It found a hole. So anyhow, my friend that likes hot stuff, and if he ever gets around to hearing me talk about this, and I forgot his name, he'll kick me, and it's justifiable. All right, it'll be a justifiable butt kicking. Right. But anyhow, so he ends up. Gave him one, told him it was an extra hot one for him. Hey, like, all right, and so he takes it and he takes a big ass bite into it. I'm like, holy shit, And he takes another bite into it. He's like, so what do you think? And he's like, that's pretty good. And he had a bottle of water with him, and he takes a drink. And we keep talking, and he takes another drink. We keep talking, he takes another drink. Keep talking, and he takes a couple more drinks out of it. And he's like, yeah, you okay? And he's like, yeah, that's a really good one. He would never say it was hot, but by gosh, he thought it was good. And I said, all right, well, sweet. I'll eat one. And I ate into it, and I ate it, and I swallowed it, and it was good. It was real good. I like the flavor of the habanero. That heat, though, is slow to build. So I already got it swallowed when all of a sudden my tongue decided to ignite. And I was like, oh, wow. And felt it all the way down, and I felt it in my stomach. And I was like, holy shit, man, I've never felt it in my stomach. And come to find out, I never knew this, but we actually do have taste buds in our stomach. We have taste buds in all of our entire intestinal tract.
I didn't.
They're not designed. They're not set up the same way as what our tongue is, where it receives salt, sour, bitter, or sweet.
Right.
But at the same time, they still send receptors. And these fuckers were firing. And so I felt it in my stomach. And as the day wore on, I could point to you where that fucker was in my digestive tract. I was like, oh yeah, it's over here on this. Oh goddamn no! And a couple hours later, be like, oh goddamn, it's over here on my left side here. Oh no! Oh god, I know where it's at now. And yeah, that fucker burnt all the way through. That was a spice. And after I heard about the scorpion, the ghost pepper, the scorpion, the Carolina Reaper. I mean, I've had the one chip challenge. Me and my daughter did that, and that one almost caused me to ralph, just because I sat there as we were driving, got finished eating it, sat there for a little while. I was sweating. She was in obvious pain, and got finished. It's like, all right, well, let's go grab pizza, because everyone else is wanting pizza. So went and got pizza, and as I was driving there, I was like, oh. I was fighting the sweats. I turned the air conditioner on, and I had them all pointed at me, and I was getting a little faint in the face. So eventually we got into Elk City, and first convenience store I found, I ran in there and grabbed a pint of milk and was like, chug that thing, and at least coated my stomach enough to where everything settled down.
Right.
But yeah, there for a bit it was touch and go. I was like, well, I thought I was about ready to hurl, and that shit was going to hurt if it came back up because it was still burning.
I don't doubt that.
But yeah, no, and I still like heat. But my daughter, like I said, she beat me out of the water in the hot department, and she was eating. I mean, her favorite now is just flaming hot Taki chips. But yeah, there for a while it was. We'd go to the store. She'd walk back with the biggest bag of Taki haunted ghost pepper chips she could find, and I tried some of them. They've got a bite. They've got one hell of a freaking bite. I'm still someone who enjoys a good jalapeno from time to time.
Right.
This shit's got a bite, got a big old bite, and she likes to mix it up with hot sauce, which is just too funny. But
yeah,
and then she would walk around the rest of the day going, my stomach hurts. Oh, it's like, well, I wonder why.
Right.
Stop bitching.
Right.
So, but anyhow, so yeah, Edgar's are these horrendously terrible haircuts, and you thought I was going to forget where we were at, but no, I haven't. And it's just funny to hear the people in the news and the people on the left talk about how racist this Mexican first generation Mexican immigrant is, because he has banned Mexican boys from his restaurant because they're wearing an Edgar. And the reason why the Edgars is because there was a crime. I'm going to call it a massacre. It was a mass shooting.
Right.
And I think there were 6 kids involved in the shooting, young men. And they all 6 of them had the same fucking stupid ass looking haircut. Yeah, which I mean,
right. But okay, if you stop and think about it, look at how petty that is because of a haircut. You know, it's like, I mean, these dudes were in a mass shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand a restaurant owner not allowing that haircut, you know, because he just doesn't want that in his establishment, you know, but
right.
that is no reason to infringe on his rights, you know, for owning a business or whatnot. You know, I don't know. It's just, this is what stuff like this irks me. Instead of people going after the main freaking problem, they got to pick and pick one little thing. Oh my God, we can't have that. Oh my God, that in fact, a mass shooting is worse than a fucking haircut. You know, and
you would, if it was about the guns, the left would have been all about it. But because the left has decided is out to demonize the guns, not the people who pulled the trigger.
Oh yeah, but what? And there you go. The thing is, hold it. No one goes after the cars when a drunk driver hits somebody. Okay, they go after the driver. But
once if they ever happen to get guns outlawed, that'll be the next thing I aim for, I bet.
Maybe so, but right now, today,
because they're all about mass transit.
But still, this minute, right now, today,
right?
You know, a drunk driver, and they don't go after the car companies. They don't go after the oil companies. Anything else that happens, or knives. If someone uses a knife, they don't go after the knife manufacturer. They go after the person. But God forbid, if someone shoots them with a gun, then, oh God, we have to stop that.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that illegal immigrant, the illegal correction. Let me use the proper terminology. The illegal alien in Manchester, England, that killed a cop with a knife because guns are a little harder to get a hold of, but it doesn't keep people from actually committing crimes.
Right.
Killed a cop, and they did everything they could to, the media there did everything they could to keep from mentioning that he is a illegal alien, or as they like to call them nowadays, they're newcomers.
Yeah, my ass.
But
you're right.
They
ain't newcomers.
They talked about how it was the extreme right's fault that the guy attacked, because the guy tried to attack a one of the political candidates that's running for office.
Right.
And because he is right, politically right, it's kind of like the way they are here. The number one, the fastest growing political party in Germany right now is the AfD or AFL. AfD, I think is what I forget it is. Anyhow, it's a German word, so I don't even try to expect me to try to pronounce it. Right. But its initials are like AFD or ADF or the ADL or something like that. Anyhow, they broke it down to 3 letters. But to protect democracy, the Green Party and the lefties in Germany are trying to outlaw this party as a party of extremists, because they want to protect democracy, which is a lot like what we've heard over here in the US. We got to protect democracy by removing our competitors.
No, that's not how you protect democracy. How you
according to them it is. If you want people to vote for you, you're going to get rid of your competitor.
Well, yeah,
i.e. Trump.
But to protect democracy, you have to get the stupid asses in there first out and put in people that are better than them. But
yeah, and that's what folks are trying to do. But at the same time,
are you
that's
sure
the reason why
that's
the reason why
sometimes I wonder, man. Sometimes
I
wonder.
That's the reason why you're hearing about bird flu now. Bird flu's starting to make a big they're bringing it back. They're talking about vaccines, and because they've had 3 infections or 3 cases of humans catching them. 2 were from a dairy farm. 1 was from a bird, from an actual bird farmer.
Oh my God!
They had one guy.
COVID didn't work. COVID didn't work. So bird. They're like,
they're going to, because
we'll just
bird flu is so damn deadly, because they ain't saying the fact that they're culling off the flocks if they find out that a bird has got it.
Bird flu wasn't that deadly in the first place. The very first time.
No, it's not. It's pink eye.
Yeah.
Anytime anybody's ever had it, it's pink eye.
Fucking pink eye has been around since God was a little boy.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, take a gold ring and rub it on it. Guess what? It goes away.
Yeah. And what was it? It's they had one guy actually die from bird flu, but if you look deeper into the report, you find that he was sick as is already when he contracted bird flu, and was also had a immunity problem.
So he didn't die from the bird flu. He died from other stuff.
He died with bird flu.
Yeah. Yes, the bird flu just helped everything along.
Yeah, it was there.
That was not the only cause.
No, it was just. It's kind of like what they were doing
COVID. Just like if someone died with COVID, if they died of a heart attack and had COVID, oh my God, they died from COVID, and that's why the numbers were so freaking high.
Died in a car wreck. Died from COVID.
Oh yeah, because oh my God, we tested him after they were dead, and yes, they had COVID.
Yeah, of course, but also they use and they're talking about using it again, is the PCR test, which with PCR tests, even the creator of the test says you can get any disease you want if you give that to PCR test enough cycles.
Right.
You could pull up AIDS if you wanted to.
Right.
And so and he says it's a scam. The test does not work. The test is an actual failure. The creator, the inventor of the PCR test has actually said this.
Right.
But yet the left is all gung ho about, hey, we need to use the PCR test because it's quick and it's easy. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, you can also go off and crank up 75 cycles on it, and you know what? You can prove that we got bird flu. Well, yeah, right. Except that it doesn't.
Right. No, but you see, it scares people because people watch certain shows, certain news things on the TV, whether it's left or right, and they don't,
and immediately just believe what they hear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're just led by the nose. Put a nose ring in your nose. Put a rope through it so someone could walk up, a leftist or someone who's extreme right wing can come up and just grab that rope and lead you around, because that's exactly what the media is doing. And it doesn't matter which side of the aisle you're on.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I like No Agenda so much, is because of the fact that they actually break it down. They call themselves media assassinators. They do online media assassinations, and it's just they see what the media is talking about, and then they break it apart. They look at like someone is talking and they're getting about something really serious, and they talk about the tails. So you'll hear like a reporter going, yeah, and he died because of a gunshot wound, and it's like, what's the laugh for? What was that kid? What was that? And they call them tails. It's like, what was that about? What were they doing? And they kind of point out like the new CEO of PBS. They're convinced that she's actually a spook for the CIA.
Really?
Because she has no real experience with radio.
Okay.
She worked for one company that was associated with the CIA. She worked with another company that was kind of associated with CIA, and then all of a sudden she's working for PBS.
Well, I mean, that would be a fair assumption.
I would think, and they also like to go and they'll look at like her Wikipedia, and if it's just a grouping of just different positions that really don't make sense,
right?
It's like, oh, well, you can definitely tell that this was put together by the CIA because there's no flow in the thing at all. It's just a bunch of feds putting stuff in there to call it good.
Hold it, stop and think about it. What about when the CIA makes a cover for an operative that they've got a lot of practice at that?
Oh yeah.
So they can make it flow. So
yeah, but at the same time, you go and talk to like the January 6th people, and they can all point to you. It's like, we knew that guy was a Fed. He looked like a Fed. He's the only one that was walking around in khaki jeans and a polo shirt. So,
right. But you see, that's the thing. What I mean, I don't know. You see, this is what, because people don't do research enough to actually have an informed opinion.
No, well, because that's too.
Oh yeah,
it's too hard to go through and actually dig up and look at what the opposite information is. I mean, I've tried, and I'm guilty of it myself because I've tried going to MSNBC to see what they're talking about, and I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible bullshit. Fuck this shit, and turn it off. And after 5-10 minutes, it's like, okay, yes, not everything is Trump's fault. Sorry, you think Trump is the worst thing known to man. I think Biden's the worst thing known to man. All right. So we're
we're at Biden, opposite Carter, but see, still the thing is though, hey, I want to tell everybody, I want to tell y'all, and I want to tell everybody, Google has more than one page when you do a search. Google has many pages. Just scroll up.
Google's not trustworthy as it is anyhow.
Well, no, I know that, but any
because
search,
they
but
they
wait,
actually convert their searches over.
hold on.
Well, hold up.
No, hang on. Let me finish. I'm not saying just Google. Any search page has more than one page. Okay.
Yeah.
Any page. So it's not just Google. I'll slam on them all. Plain and simple. Go to page 2, go to page 3. You might find a site that actually dug up the truth and printed the truth, but they're on the 18th page of the search you did, and you'll never
Because
find
Google
it
wants to bury it.
Well, that, or even with the other search engines, you won't go that far. Whatever is in front of you is what you're going to go with.
Right.
So that's what I was saying. Click on page 2 and see because I've found stuff before, and I'm as guilty as everybody on this too. I just use first page, but I have done 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I have found some cool shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm normally it's I'll find the 5 or 6 results that match what my cognitive bias is, and call it good. And then sometimes I look and I'm like, okay, something doesn't sound right. And when the the spider senses are tingling, I start looking a little bit deeper, because from time to time there's some stuff that just is like the Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
That whole thing just from the start didn't sound right.
Right.
What guy would come running around, group of guys with a bunch of MAGA hats and walking around with nooses in their hand, looking for a black guy to supposedly try to string up?
No one.
No one. Even the drunk hillbillies who are truly racist, which are very few out there, may I add.
Right.
They're still not that freaking blatant. They'll at least throw on a pointed hood.
Right.
They may forget to change their shoes so they can still be recognized, but at the same time, they're at least going to kind of disguise themselves.
Right.
Yeah, and so,
yeah, I know, and it's crazy. And the thing is, though, the world or the U.S., whoever fucking gets behind them, oh yeah, we got to stop this. We got to stop this. Stop what? What are you gonna stop?
Right.
Nothing. You ain't gonna do a damn thing except make noise. And honestly, if you ask me, this is my personal opinion. I think all the shit we're hearing here in the U.S. or around the world is people who just want to make noise, who just doesn't care about anything but themselves. If you ask me, they're narcissists, okay, and they just want to, make noise and get their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, most of them want their 15 minutes. Yeah. So while we are still talking about the internet, we'll go ahead and change over to topics, because one of the most ancient forms of texting silently died on us this month.
Really? What was that?
That is the old messaging platform called ICQ.
Oh, wow.
And that's all it was, is the letter I, the letter C, the letter Q, ICQ. And that's how you would say it. And it was often described with having a flower as the logo. And you didn't actually put in your username. You didn't have a username. They automatically assigned you a phone number. Well, it's essentially a phone number. It was a string of numbers. It was like 9 numbers or something like that. And I couldn't tell you what mine was. I long ago forgot what the number was. But you got this number, and you could share it with other people. And with that number, you could actually message anybody else. And this came out about the same time that AOL was popular. So
Yeah.
people had the idea of what messaging was about, but this is one that just, it hung on there for a while. I mean, I remembered having it. There used to be a multi-platform application that was called Trillion, and it was a great uh, platform just because you could actually you could add your ICQ login, and it would log into ICQ, but also at the same time logged into AOL, MSN, Yahoo. What was the other one?
I
And
remember
a couple,
those.
three others.
Right.
And so you could talk with several different people all at once. It didn't matter which platform they were talking to you on.
Right. Right.
You could still just jump on there and you could talk over to John on AOL, and while at the same time you're also talking to Jimmy on ICQ, and then you had your buds that you were talking to over on Yahoo Messenger, and you could just communicate. But ICQ was one of those services that I completely forgot about until I heard about ICQ shutting their doors, and you go to their site now, and it's yeah, sorry, dude, we're
Wow.
gone, we're no longer around, and it's
That's crazy because
yeah,
they've been around since what, 96 or before.
yeah, about
You know.
97, 90, 96, 97 or so.
Yeah, I never used ICQ. I never got in. I never got into that. I was driving truck, so and I mean back then, in the early days of the internet, there was no Wi-Fi. There was only manual lines, and
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, no one
you
had
got bitched at
nothing.
because you were on the internet and someone needed to make a phone call.
What, 97, 98? Oh hell no, we
Yeah.
didn't have internet in 99% of places. It wasn't until I want to say the early 2000s was when truck stops started getting internet points. Yeah, 97, 98. Oh hell no, because it was still so new, and at that time a desktop minimum $4,000, a laptop minimum eight.
No.
Yeah, it
Now
was.
that we were able to get a desktop for, and this was right at the beginning of, now in 96, 97, it was still, I mean, $1,500 was a lot of money. $1,000
Oh yeah.
was a good chunk of change, but no, you could, in Gateway, started doing their $300 computers like in 98, 99. I remember seeing
Well,
seeing them
okay.
back then.
Okay, let's say this. My buddy that had taught me how to drive a truck bought a HP computer. They had Windows for Work Groups 3.1.
Yeah.
Okay. He paid $3,000 for it.
It's probably because of the Windows for Groups.
But I mean, that was the operating system at the time. Windows for Work Groups 3.1. And basically it was a big solitaire machine.
Well, no, it would be, they were big solitaire machines, but I remember having Windows 3.1 for a little while, and then was got Windows 95.
Yeah, 95, and then 98, 98 SC, and then what, ME after that?
Millennium,
ME, and then Vista, and then 7, the King for years.
Yep. And they held on to it for a good long while. Jump 9.
8.1. No, 8, 8.1, and then went to 10.
Yeah. And now at 11.
11. Yeah.
Yeah, because
you know, it's sad. We know all of that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really, it's like, dang, that's crazy.
And I've had a friend over in San Diego whenever I was in the Navy. He had a Macintosh, and it was the ones that was created by they were the multicolored ones, the iMacs that were the first all-in-ones, and so he had one of those. God, those were cool. I mean, they still worked like Macintoshes did back then, but but at the same time, it was to be able to go online and and go through AOL, through Macintosh, or even through a Windows computer. Yeah, I mean, I remember doing that in '96 and '97, and then all the way up to 2000, and whenever I got out of the Navy and was back, it was in Dallas. I mean, that's why I said I remember being yelled at because you'd have to be on the computer. Of course, you were trying to download a picture, and it took you like an hour and a half to download just the picture.
Right.
So
Yeah.
discovering Usenets and things like that was always a blast. Just the weird Usenets and and user groups, yeah. Just the
no, that just, yeah. I don't know. It just, I mean, but that's the thing. ICQ, there is so many different, and you see, ICQ never really upgraded their system.
No.
So
they got it to a stable point, and they just held it.
Right. Well, it worked. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
And
actually, I'm trying to remember. They sold to somebody, but who was it? Was it AOL? It wasn't Yahoo.
Oh, I have no idea.
I vaguely remember them selling to somebody, and it was there for, they had it forever. But yeah, no, it's ICQ. Yeah, it was one of those great things that allowed us to be able to first experience the communication with people from all around the world.
What's funny though, people under 35, 40 have no clue what we're talking about.
Oh, people under 20, or people people under 30. So in the 20s, not a clue.
Well, even a lot of 30-year-olds, because the ones that might be old enough, we already had Yahoo Messenger, Facebook was coming out, there was ICQ really wasn't a blip on anything,
Right. No, it wasn't used all that much by anybody.
Right.
I mean, who didn't grow up in the, at the very beginning of the .com bubble. So
right.
But so, all right,
well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. So now we're going to go from the loss of ICQ to a cancer organization that found themselves in a lot of hot water. Now, they were talking about how they were out to help women with cervical cancer, and caught all sorts of hell for it.
Oh my God. I just brought the article up. Really?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So they had to change the term from cervical cancer to front hole because the dudes who wished they were women didn't have those.
Oh my God. I got a front hole and a back hole.
Well, that's exactly how they look at it.
And a mouth hole.
And most of them don't even have a front hole. They got an inside out poked wiener, but that's about the closest they actually have to anything.
I mean, I mean, because we got sidetracked and started this. I was going to try and look at this article before we started, and I spaced it.
Well, I knew you didn't see it because you were questioning what the hell are they talking about a front hole. It's like, wait. This is good. This is epic stupidity.
Right.
And this
is a company in Canada.
Well, yeah, and you have to. Canada is one of those that will throw you into jail, or at least heavily fine you if you misgender somebody.
What?
I know Scotland's one that'll throw people into jail if you actually misgender them. But I was thinking Canada actually had something very similar to that. That, or you can actually just be sued into oblivion. One of the two. But yeah.
Oh my
You have
God.
to respect their pronouns. Like how you're supposed to do that. How's that practical? I don't know. But that's what they want. And but of course, I mean, the left isn't about thinking.
No.
Their whole idea is to let's not think. I feel like I'm a guy today. I feel like I'm a girl. I feel like I'm a unicorn. I feel like I'm a road-killed possum. You know,
A cow,
it's all
a
about
bell,
I
a
feel.
bear. Yeah.
And that's the whole issue is that it's the whole item and whole line of thought that it's in with hedonism. Let's not do what's right. Let's not do what's good. Let's do what I feel like I want to do.
Right.
Whether that makes sense or not, because 90% of it is no, it doesn't make any sense. Why would you do something that stupid?
Well, you know what? If you want to do that, you do you, boo. Just don't
Well,
make
yeah,
me do you,
it's
boo.
same, but the problem is that they want everybody else to partake in their delusionment, delusion.
No.
But
That
that's the
dog don't
reason why
hunt.
they push so hard to make sure that the kids were exposed to what if you got transgender 4-year-olds?
Yeah.
Because if you had
A four,
transgender 4-year-olds, I mean, hey man, that's good. Because then
a
we can start
freaking
working.
4-year-old.
We can start getting the
A,
guys from NAMBLA to come in and start saying hi.
a freaking 4-year-old doesn't know if it wants to eat dirt or shove it up its nose.
But you give the adults of these 4-year-olds that type of line of questioning. It's like, well, they know. It's like, well, they don't eat. If they had a choice between eating carrots and broccoli or eating nothing but sugar, you're saying that they should be allowed to eat only sugar?
90% of the kids, that's all they eat is sugar.
Well, no. These are usually the ones that go, no, my kids are never eating sugar. Never touch any sugar. We're eating pure vegan marshmallows, made from fake non-sugar sweeteners in there. So they won't have any problem except for the fact that it's all chemical. So then they wonder why they have immune deficiencies and stuff.
Exactly. So the
They want to
sweetener
blame that
that
it's
you think is
it's
good,
vaccines.
sweet and low, aspartame, whatever sweetener, artificial sweetener you want, it was made in a freaking lab.
Yeah.
And it's it tricks you into thinking it's sweetened, but
Right.
actually the chemicals in it are hurting your body over time.
Right. Oh, and that's
And
like
if you keep, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's like the big meat companies are working like the devil to see if they to come up with their own form of fake meat, and why they're trying to ban livestock is so that they can all their investment into fake meat can be used, except for the fact that you can't an animal's muscle, the meat of a cow is made up of all that it eats. So if you're growing fake meat in a petri dish, it's not going to have all the micronutrients that real meat has. It's going to be just this kind of bland, flavorless crap.
Oh, I know.
That's only can be used for hamburger meat, which is going to be horrible anyhow. Which still baffles me why the vegans who profess they don't want anything meat work so damn hard to turn vegetables into meat.
Because they ain't.
What is up with this?
They ain't right in the head.
Well, I know that, they would start thinking clear, a lot more clear if they actually put some animal protein into their system. Their brain's been eating themselves for too damn long.
Hey,
You don't have an animal protein in your system. I mean, that's one reason why you look at
Brian, natural selection, let it run its course.
I would like to, except
Well,
for
I mean,
I've got a little bit of compassion. It's like, dude, you're killing yourself. Come on, knock it off.
Yeah, but the thing is though, I don't care if you beat someone over the head with a baseball bat. It still ain't gonna knock no sense into them.
I don't know. Might knock them out long enough for me to stuff a hamburger down their gullet.
Little mustard and pickle on the side.
A little mustard, they got to make it taste good, of course.
Oh yeah. That's funny. That's funny. But yeah, no, it's it's just funny how all this stuff goes, and it's like it changes from day to day, and it's like, how do you keep up with this stuff? Me, well, I tune most of it out because I'm I'm of the belief if it don't affect me in the way I live, I give two shits.
Right.
So, maybe three on a bad day, but So,
Yep.
Oh, there we go, sideways.
Yeah, sorry. No, the
No,
Mrs.
you're good.
shot me a text. Is like, I hope you're still alive. It's like, yeah. I didn't text her since we're in the process of show prep.
Oh,
So,
okay.
that's my bad. Oops.
I'm sorry, honey.
Sorry,
Don't hate
honey.
me.
She's just like, I hope you're still breathing. It's like, yep, I'm still alive. I'm in Texarkana.
I'm flapping my gums, honey.
She knows. She knows Wednesday nights and Thursday nights are typically I'm talking till 10 o'clock at night. So.
Right. Which actually we're almost there.
Are we almost there?
Yeah, about 9 minutes out.
Okay.
So I mean,
well,
we get so wound up, I know for a fact we could go probably till 11, but
oh yeah, but I got to drive home tomorrow.
Dude's got to go to work tomorrow, so
and you got to be able to function enough to DJ a bit.
Just pour enough coffee down my gullet and out and about 20 headache patterns, and I'll be good to go.
There you go.
Well, and when everybody gets off the stage and comes over to the camp area, now the moonshine's going to come out.
Oh, we didn't bring none.
No moonshine.
No, we did not bring any. No.
Wow.
We did not bring moonshine. But I will tell you, we were given some and we didn't ask for it. A lady that lives up in Moyers, I guess knows the girls at the campground or whatnot. She older lady, name's Dusty, nice lady, but she said something about having some moonshine. It's homemade. It's running about 110 proof, not bad. And she's like, oh, I ain't gonna drink it. Y'all drink it, and we was trying to be nice. Yeah, and I mean, since we've had it down here, I mean, it's good, but I think Matt's had 2 sips out of it. I've had 2 sips out of it. That's it. Yeah, because when we came down here, we brought just beer and water,
right?
And and honestly, I've been drinking mostly water. So is Matt for the most part. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not going to get drunk. Or,
yeah.
I might get buzzed and feeling good, but
you're not going to get slobbered.
No. As soon as I feel that buzz kick in, I switch straight to water, and that's all I drink the rest of the night. Yeah, it just because honestly, I don't have the taste for it anymore. I really don't.
That is again kind of points back to what I was talking about on the relaxed male.
Right.
when you are at when you have fixed yourself to where you're not experiencing the dis-ease,
Mm-hmm.
you're not so dependent upon alcohol.
Right.
You've
Or
taken that.
or
Now
or
your
other
problem
things.
was that you were just in so much pain because of the cold, and honestly the cold humidity that Iowa has.
Right.
I mean, yeah, your bones were going, we're not doing
Yeah.
this no more. And so yeah,
That's why I drove south.
yeah, and you flew south, became a snowbird, and you stayed a snowbird. So
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not moving back up. So, but
but yeah, that's a great example of what happens when you learn to accept yourself and you relax into who you are.
right. And yeah,
You
see,
all of a sudden alcohol, not, and you used to have shit tons of.
oh, I would,
I mean, I
yeah,
was always every time we talked to you, you'd have your rum and coke, or you'd have some type of shine, or you'd have this, and it
yeah.
was,
And
you typically running around with 120 horsepower in you. So,
oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. And I mean, for a while, I was drinking 3 fifths of whiskey a week,
yeah,
3 of them. And I mean, yeah, I fucking drink hard, and now it's just like, you know what? No, I'm good.
no,
So, and that's the thing. Nothing happened in my life to make me want to change. It's just over
except
time.
you
It's
changed how you held yourself
well, true, yeah,
because you weren't cold no more.
right.
So,
I
I
said,
mean,
fuck
again,
this.
it also points back to
Well,
what I
yeah,
was saying about with how Bob works. Bob Gardner works by changing how you hold yourself,
okay, yeah, yeah,
and
okay.
because you've changed your physiology, you've changed how you stand. You're not cold. You're not bundled up. You're not bunched up. You're not
Oh
holed
no,
up
I
inside of the
right.
cabin anymore. You're out and about. I mean, hell, that whole winter you were you were going up to the beach and you were walking all over the place. I mean, you've lost, what'd you say,
Mhm.
50, 60 pounds now?
No, actually, because I got weighed uh last week or week before last at a doctor's office, and
Uh-huh.
altogether since I've been down in Mississippi, I've lost 15 pounds.
That's still not
So,
bad, man.
but no, no, and well, my pants will fall off if I don't have a belt on. My
Right.
belly, y'all had seen me before. My freaking belly was like this freaking wide.
Yeah.
Shit, it's so wide. Yeah, I mean, when I move my hands, you can't see them, but I mean, it was huge, and now it. Let's just say this: a 3X shirt is like real loose on me. I'm
Nice.
talking baggy loose. Yeah.
Good,
So
good, good. We
so
want
yeah.
baggy loose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, I still hurt like a bitch, but oh well, that's life,
Well, but
for
it's
me.
the if but if is what is your level of pain? Is it still, a 12
Yeah.
out of a 10?
Yeah.
It
It
still is.
is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's you see that's the thing. My pain, my my pain in my back and my knees and my hips, it has never been from my weight. It is
Because
I
of those
can't get
NSAIDs or whatever it
I think
was.
the statins. I
Statins.
mean,
Thank you.
yeah, the statins, but I cannot still today I cannot get final confirmation on that. But from everything I've read about the statins that I took, these are the major side effects, and they don't say in their side effects and causes and all like that. If after a while it comes back, I figure after about 3 years I would probably start to feel better, but
Yeah.
yeah. So, but that's I just deal with it what I do, and I'm just trying to lose weight as I can, and you know maybe one
Absolutely.
I don't know, we'll see,
So,
but
all right. Well, guys, I want to thank y'all very much for being able to come on and listen to hear what we're having to say on this beautiful, wonderful night. And as you know, we are a podcasting 2.0 type of show. We are fully based on the value for value. If you want to, whatever you think we've done, if you think we're worth whatever type of money, love for you and be grateful for whatever it is you send to us. If you're interested in being able to start donating to the show, we've got ways of you being able to do that. You can go to twogrumpyvets.com and you will see a value for value tab at the top. You can click that and be able to send us fiat currency or those little green paperbacks, that little green certificates of appreciation. Or if you want, you can also send us Satoshis, which is through any of the modern podcast apps that we have out there. The great one to use for a beginner is Fountain app. And you can go do a search on whichever app store you have, and it'll just be a black. The icon will be black with a semicolon.
Yeah.
Or is it?
No.
Yeah, I think it's a semicolon.
No, air quote.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's the quotations.
Yeah.
And from there, it's easy to sign up. It's actually they make it easy to be able to load your wallet up with some Satoshis. Doesn't cost much. You can get almost 50,000. I think actually about 50,000 Satoshis for about $30. And that gives you, if you wanted to, you could do 50,000 boosts and boostergrams, or if you wanted to send somebody 10,000 here, 10,000 there, or stream 5 sats a minute. So many different ways that you can show your appreciation to not just our show, but any other show that is podcasted 2.0 compliant. Right. And let them know, hey, you're good. If you send us a boostergram, love to have it. Love to be able to respond to it, and we can actually have live conversations going on with that. So, guys, with those, I mean, we're always open for not just the treasure. I mean, the treasure helps us be able to pay our hosting bills, things like that. But we also are appreciative if you were to wanting to, say you're a graphics designer. I always use the example, but that's because that's the only thing that comes to hit my head at the moment. And you want to help with our show art or our chapter art. Would love for you to send over your suggestions of chapter art. Let us go through there. We'd love to be able to take one, share it through, and actually even take a portion of it and send it back to you. So if anybody sends us a boost, you would actually get, a percentage of the Satoshis that come to us. It would come right back to you. So it's a win-win-win-win type of situation all the way around. So there's a lot of different benefits to helping us get this show going. One of the best ways that you can do is actually just share this out. Share out the show itself onto Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Mastodon, whatever your social media of choice is. Just let them know it's like, hey, I just listened to this crazy damn episode with a bunch of 3 old farts who were just cutting it up on and trashing anybody and everybody. You ought to have a listen and then share it out. Or if there's a particular episode that you listen to that you're like going, boom, I want to share this out with somebody. All podcasting apps these days have some type of share button. Hit that share it out to them. Let them know. You can even send it as a text message. Hey, here's an episode I think you ought to listen to there, old Bobby, because I think you would get a kick out of it. And doing that helps our show grow, helps us be able to get more listeners, which helps us to be able to spread more joy throughout the world. Because the whole reason why we sit around and complain and bitch, moan, and groan about the world is so that you don't have to, and 2, you can laugh at us about on how much wrong we are on everything that we're talking about. So, guys, with that, I want to say thank you very much for listening. I appreciate everything that you do. I appreciate those that are listening. We are still growing up and to the right, which is the direction we like going. So, guys, thank you again. So, Rich, what do you have to say?
Oh, really? Well, thank you for the ones that listen every week and the new ones coming in. And don't forget to follow us. You can follow right there in the podcast app. It's very easy to just push follow.
Yep, hit subscribe.
Yes. And you will get our episodes every Monday. And or earlier if Brian forgets to schedule it and just hits publish. it drops right then. So either way, you still get it. I mean, you can still listen.
And
But
I could have
yeah.
sworn I hit that. Speaking of that, I could have sworn I hit Monday for 152 is what I think I put it as. I put a really odd number just so that I knew that it was going to be over on the
Right.
over on the Monday side. And I'll be sure as hell, damn thing dropped instantly. I was like,
Oh, I know.
oh,
No. I I wouldn't
it's
say nothing
already
about
live.
it.
I didn't want it that way.
Yeah. I wasn't saying nothing about it because it's just. But
Well, I'm saying something about it. It's like, damn it.
No, I saw it and I'm like, well, okay. I mean, it's Sunday, so who cares, But
Oh yeah,
I was just and I figured after I thought about it for a second, I thought, yeah, maybe he just didn't hit the or maybe you tried and because sometimes when I'm doing that, it gets all crazy on me and screws me up. So
yep.
but
I don't know.
yeah,
Something
other
happened.
than that, hey, tell your friends, come back, listen to us. If you want
If
to
you
talk
like
to
what
us
you
right
hear,
now,
hit the
send us an
subscribe, follow
email.
button.
rchelson@gmail.com, circlecast@gmail.com. And that's mine
Let
and
us know what you
Brian's
think.
email.
What do
Yeah.
you think the dude is? Do you think he's a spook? Is he SEAL Team 6.3 3/4 or what?
Yeah. That's cool.
Let us know.
Yes,
What's your thought?
please.
What's your thoughts on the dude is?
Dude, do you have any parts?
You were quiet this run. So what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I'll just continue to linger in the shadows and
Don't
pop
mess
up
with the shadow man.
when necessary and correct when necessary. But in all true sense, I will probably always say this at the end of every podcast. There are so many veterans that are in very dark places and just need somebody to listen to them, talk out their problems and try to get the weight off of their shoulders. If you know anybody like that, get into a conversation with them and
Absolutely.
try to understand why are they in that current mental state, because right now we have roughly 22 veterans a day that take their own lives by suicide, and that is too many. So if you know somebody out there that is hurting, just talk to them. Most of the time they just want somebody to listen, for them to listen.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of what they are needing. And so, watch over our veterans, and also, our first responders, our law enforcement. They have a hard enough job. If you see one, go up to one and shake their hands. Trust me, that will make their day. Because
Absolutely.
it's only the 1%ers that hate them. We need to get the other 99% that like the law enforcement, and let the law enforcement and first responders and all that know that they are still valued for the job that they do.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And if you think you're not qualified to talk to a vet, have them call 988 and press 1. That's the veteran crisis line, and they can talk to them. Just reach out and help them if you know of one. So
yeah,
just a little bit extra there.
So all right, well, guys, again, I'm gonna say thank you very much for listening. If you enjoyed this show and you want to have it delivered to your podcast app of choice, preferably a modern podcasting app, which you can get over at podcasting2.org. And that's the number 2.org/apps. You'll find a whole slew of podcasting apps there that will allow that you can choose from. Like I said, Fountain is a good one. I'm testing out right now Podcast Guru, and I'm beginning to really dig that one because they had an update here recently, and you got Smart List now. Yeah. So I'm all sorts of happy about that one. And the lists themselves, Smart Lists are working pretty good. So I'm digging that. I'm digging that a lot. So
That's cool.
There's a lot of good ways to be able to hear us, a lot of good ways that you can actually listen and support us at the same time. And so if you want to support, again, just send us you can send us a boost, you can stream sats. There's a lot of different ways where you can jump on, you can help us create stuff where you can actually spend some time, talent, treasure. Those are the three ways that three contribution forms that we ask for. So guys, for that, I want to say thank you. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Next week, possibly we might go live. So pay attention to our socials, which is typically Facebook as of right now. Don't have anything else really that's live other than YouTube. So, but most of our information will be out on Facebook. And if you might see me throwing something up on the Mastodons, so you can follow me there. And so anyhow, but if you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, again, send us an email, circlecast@gmail.com or rchelson@gmail.com. And guys, with that, we are out of here. Y'all take care. Till next week. Bye.
Later.
Peace out.
All right, guys. Catch y'all next week.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Bye.